Hey everybody, how y'all doing? Mike Hines here, Way Life Outdoors Survival. We're going to be doing something a little different today. We're going to be getting ready for archery season to come in. Probably a little over, probably a month, almost a month and a half before bow season comes in here, and we're going to go out on this property. Probably put some minerals and stuff out. We haven't really hunted this section of this property much. All this is a little old wet weather creek. Kind of draws down through here next to the edge of this set-aside program field. And we get a lot of deer traveling this. You can see why. See how thick it is. I mean, it's just outrageous to try to walk through here, y'all. Well, since we've been hunting this property, we've been trying to keep it mowed down where we have a way to get in and out. And as we get on back through here, this little old draw kind of, I know you can see all the way through there to the other field on the other side, but as we get on back here, it widens out. Probably going to be about 150, 200 yards wide back at the back here. What we're going to do, we're going to set up a place, put mineral out, and maybe set up a trail camera. That way we can kind of see what's coming through here. The reason we're going to be back in this area is because last year we've been seeing quite a few more deer back in this area traveling up and down this corridor. I figured they probably use some of this as a bedding area. Big major woods back here you can see off in the distance there. Major woods kind of joins in on this thing, and this thing is right in between about 3 different properties. We have full permission to be back here. Looks like all the rain we had, the little creek's got some water in it. But we're gonna get on up here and get ready to go down in the woods. Okay, y'all. One of the first things we're gonna do before we go off in the woods, we're gonna spray down with this insect repellent. Always important thing this time of year. Ticks, fleas, mites, mosquitoes just eat you up out here, and I advise use this stuff anytime you go out in the woods this time of year. Alright, y'all, we got our pack and everything. We all packed up, ready to go. Got sprayed down with insect repellent. What I'm thinking, last year I was back here looking around. I'm thinking I'm going to put a deer stand probably somewhere right up in here, and on down farther down the edge of this little road here, down the edge of this woods, probably going to put another deer stand right down there. So what I'm going to do, these deer travel up and down this direction, up and down this travel corridor. So what we're going to do, we're going to go off in there somewhere and put us a mineral lick. Not that we're going to be hunting over top of it, but just something to keep the deer hanging around this area for a little while. And I think I might ease down this way, see where maybe another location might be to put a stand. That way I'll kind of have a place right in the middle to put this mineral. Rules and regulations. You really got to pay attention, because these rules and regulations, they change year by year. In fact, I just got on the internet and looked at what we usually do. They consider a baited area 30 days after you put the bait out. Like I said, we're well within our 30 days. We're going to put this mineral out. This is the last we put out. Usually what I try to do is about every 3 or 4 months, when deer season's not in, put out mineral. That way the deer get used to where it's at, get to using it, coming back to it. Plus, I mean, it gives them vitamins, minerals, stuff they need. We'll talk more about what kind of stuff we use. Actually, I think right in here somewhere, probably where we're going to put the other deer stand. One of these trees right in here. So we're going to ease off down in the woods here. Now, one thing, a lot of things you kind of, but there's a big deer track right there. on my doe. What I was getting at, y'all, you really got to be careful going to the woods this time of year. Like I said, snakes, terrible. Ticks, lights, mosquitoes. You really got to watch what you're doing, where you're going. Pay attention to what's around you. Boy, I hate walking through spider webs. So somewhere in this area probably, we're going to have another deer stand. We're going to ease down in here. Try to find a nice place to make a mineral sign. Look, y'all, I'm going to turn this camera off for a minute so I can pay attention to what's going on around me. When I get down in here, I'll turn this thing back on. Alright, y'all, I don't know if y'all can see, we just came in on this little trail right here. Well, right here is another trail coming in from there where we talked about putting deer stands. And got back in here, got tracks everywhere. Alright, we're just going to kind of ease down this little trail here. Oh, spider web. God, I hate spider webs, y'all. Okay, y'all. We got two more trails coming in. One, the way I was talking about the way they travel up and along the distance of this corridor. Then we got one cutting in this way. Quite a few tracks, pretty fresh. Look like I've been using this area quite a bit here lately. I mean, some of these trails are just like a highway through here, or down to the dirt. And I'm walking around knee-deep weeds, y'all. Alright. I think, well, I'm wanting to put this mineral spot somewhere around this area. I'm hoping we can find a good natural place to kind of use. Gotta watch. A lot of times when you're putting these mineral licks out, you don't want to put it right here somewhere where the water's going to come through here and wash it away. Evidently water, much as rains we've had, it's been up above the creek running through here too, looks like. Pretty dry right now. It's always a good sign when you go into an area and you find deer stands where the old timers had wooden deer stands and stuff at. These guys got out here and depended on this wildlife to eat and survive. They knew where the deer was and what area to hunt. Always a good thing. I like to see that every once in a while, you know. Okay, on the other side of this little draw, got a big opening here and there's a couple of ponds up there. Look like these deer been hitting these ponds and stuff, coming up in here. And that's a real good thing for mineral. Anywhere you put mineral, you want to kind of have a good water source pretty close by. A lot of times that'll make them thirsty if they eat it. If they can't get water, they'll quit coming back to it. So it's always a good thing anywhere you're going to put a mineral, have water source. I think if we ease right up in here a little ways, we'll be just about halfway between the two spots we're going to put these stands. A lot of deer activity coming through here, a bunch of tracks. Not real fresh, but not real old either, considering how much rain we've had here lately. Funny thing about where we're at right now, I shot a big doe just right down here at the edge of the clearing last year, and she run up here and fell down right in here. This is where I retrieved her at. So that's when I figured out this spot where these deer were moving last year. So what I'd like to do is come in here somewhere, find a natural little spot to put a mineral lick. Pretty good area, you got all this thick around you, thin in the middle. Deer travel through here and they feel pretty safe. Okay, y'all, here's some of the products we're going to be using today. We got this made by Biologic here, Bio Rock, 100% natural solid mineral rock salt, provides trace mineral deer attractant. Got about 8 pounds of it in this rock, and I always like to use something at least natural based. This is a natural trace mineral. Another one of my favorite things, I've just been using this last couple of years, but I love it, Acorn Rage. This is really real crushed acorn mixture. The smell is crazy, but I try to use it where there's actually acorns in the area. It's actually a little early this year, but only reason I'm going to put it out is a liquid form of it. Only reason I'm going to put it out is I'm going to bury this block in the ground, let it kind of dissolve. And I want to put a layer of this liquid on top of it, put a little more dirt on it. Then I want to put some of this Acorn Rage, and the reason I'm putting this Acorn Rage on there is just so it puts out a smell to kind of get the deer curious and bring them back into this area and kind of check this out. Then once they get to eating the Acorn Rage and get down to the juice and then get down to the rock, hopefully the rock is already soaked into the dirt and they'll get to pawing and digging and wanting to spend time in this area digging this stuff out. Alright? There you go. First thing we're going to do, dig out a little hole here where we can bury this rock first. We want to try to get this thing below the ground level enough where they have to spend time here and work for it, but we don't want to put it so deep that they have a hard time finding it. Alright. This pile of rock out of here. Okay, now what I'm going to do, cover this up with a little dirt. Get it just about back level. Now, I'm going to take some of the acorn raised juice, kind of pour all over this. And what I'm doing, I'm wanting this to kind of liquefy, soak down in there and get with the rock, kind of start dissolving it pretty quick so we don't have to wait for a rain. And then I'm going to take and put dirt on top of that. Kind of hold it in place there. I'll kind of concentrate it in this spot. Plus, you know, deer are curious animals. They coming by here, walking up and down this trail. They get a whiff of this fresh dirt, they're going to have to stop and check it out anyway. Plus, like I said, we're going to take some of this powdered acorn rage to kind of put off a real good aroma, kind of draw them to this thing. If it's already kind of dug out a little bit like that, I think it pretty much seemed to them like there's already been animals using it, deer using it or something. Make them more willing to come in here the first time and try to use this thing. Deer are really curious but skittish. It's sometimes fun to kind of watch them try to decide whether they want to investigate something or not. Alright, now we're going to take some of this acorn rage, the crushed acorn, and just kind of cover this spot up. Man, I can smell that stuff already. It smells almost like a sweet flower or something. Alright, y'all. That is going to be the start to us a mineral lick. Alright. I'm sure a bunch of y'all already know how to do this, but this is just the way I do it. I enjoy doing this stuff. Just want to film it, put it out there people will see. I'm hoping, you know, maybe I can pique somebody's interest, or, you know, anything I can do to kind of pass on our way of life we try to do. Okay, y'all. Last step. We're going to put this Moultrie trail camera up here. See if we can catch a picture of this deer coming in here and eating on this food plot, or this mineral lick. Got this thing mounted on the tree. Got a couple of sticks behind it to kind of level it up. Get a good picture here. Alright. About 75% battery, so we should be good for a little while. I'm going to trim a couple more tree limbs off here just to make sure that they don't set the camera off. Alright, y'all. Got a mineral lick down in here. Got the bio rock in there. And we poured some of the liquid acorn rage juiced on top of that. Put more dirt on it. And we covered the very top with some of the crushed acorn rage. Kind of put out aroma and draw the deer in here. You can see there's a trail coming in here this way. There's a trail coming in kind of off to the side here. Trail continues on out this side. I'm sure they're using it both ways. So we've got a pretty good intersection here. Deer tracks all over the place, look like pretty fresh use. Alright, then we got our trail camera set up. Getting ready to probably take a picture of us in a minute. Another thing I want to point out, y'all, anytime you bring any kind of trash, paper, cardboard, aluminum cans, bottles, anything into the woods, make sure and take it out with you. You know, getting fewer places you can get out and hunt and fish, camp, enjoy yourself. A lot of the reason why, because the way people leave them at, nobody wants you on their property. Rule that we live by, if we go somewhere and there's trash already there, we don't just take our trash with us when we leave, we take everybody else's too. So that's just a good thing to remember, y'all. And I just want to share this with y'all, making a mineral lick, and putting out the trail cam, and getting everything ready like I said. Probably about, not quite a month and a half, probably about 5 weeks till bow season comes in. May try to do another video, getting our bow set up and getting ready for shooting, see how that goes. But I just want to tell y'all, appreciate you watching. Thanks.